Yeah, going through the 2019 season, it was in the back of my mind of either go enter into the draft or go into the portal. So after the season, I had to talk with my family, and we felt that the best decision was to enter the portal. And going into the portal, I never thought LSU, one of the main schools, especially winning the championship, would come calling. But when they did, I did a deeper dive into the depth chart and the coaches, started talking to them and just seeing the needs that they needed. And I felt that it was going to be one of the best fits for me.
Hey Jabril, this is Shay Dixon. I work here in town as well, except on the internet. I was curious what you thought going in. Coach O's praised you a bunch in recent weeks. He said at one point you were the best defensive player on the field. I know you've obviously come from big time football and winning national championships. What was your mindset in terms of wondering how am I going to transition to the SEC and let alone your head coach saying that kind of stuff before a game even is played?
All right, I just felt I had to prove myself. Coming from a smaller school and then going into the SEC, it's a different ball game. There are going to be a lot of doubters, a lot of people saying he's not ready, and just going in each day, just trying to be the best that I can, and that's starting in practice. And the coaching staff and the players, they've helped me a lot and helped me progress and become the best athlete I can be.
Hey, Jabril, this is Josh Sibley with Louisiana Gridiron Football. Just to piggyback on what Shay said, um, Coach O has heaped a lot of praise on you as being a very intelligent player. Um, Also coming in, have you also learned anything from your fellow athletes, and have you helped them out in any way as well?
Yeah, there's been a lot of teaching and learning. Most importantly, it's about the details now, since I'm a veteran. So just focusing on the details will help me and getting faster to my gap or just covering better. But a lot of the guys, Damone and Jacoby and Micah, those are a lot of guys that I talk to, and they've helped me along the way through this process.
Hey, Jabril, my name's Brooks Cabina at the Advocate newspaper here in town. Ed Ogeron has talked about you in a way that, he's like, man, he's not really a talker. Like, he's a doer. I don't even think he even says hello, coach, sometimes. I mean, what is your approach? I mean, it seems like you're more action-based. How do you do that through practice, just earning respect among people on the defense and on the team?
Right. Usually, I'm more of a doer than a sayer. But coming in, I knew there were already leaders on the team, so I just wanted to take the back seat and listen to them, and just focus on trying to win a starting position. So just working hard each day and showing people that I can do it, and not always talking as much.
Hey, Jabril, this is Glenn West with LSU Sports Illustrated. You mentioned Damone a little earlier. I guess kind of how have you been able to get to know him? He's, obviously a very highly touted guy this year as well at that linebacker spot. Just kind of what's y'all's relationship like?
Yeah, it's a great relationship. He's one of the first guys that I talked to just during the whole thing. Me and him, we click along just well on the field, and we have kind of the same personality. So the chemistry on the field and outside is very tight between us.
Hey Jabril, Nick Cousin from KVR in Fargo. Good to see you again. Question for you: just what did you learn from NDSU that's translated the most to LSU?
Yeah, the work ethic, the getting better 1% each day. That's something that I took from NDSU and brought it here. Hard work. If you're a hard worker, it's going to go a long way, and that's helped me as I came to LSU to help prove myself.
Hey, Jabril, this is Garland Gill, and I work at Fox 8 in New Orleans. What did Bo Pelini and Coach Ogeron sell you on to get you to Baton Rouge? Did they tell you you could better your draft stock, you had another shot at a national championship? What was told to you in the recruiting process?
Yeah, during the process, I seen that they had 3 linebackers go to the draft. So right there off the bat, it was an eye-opening thing for me to see that I could come in and compete and try to win a starting spot. So that right there is one of the main reasons. And also, just knowing Coach Bo Pelini and his scheme of things and the way he coaches was also a reason to come to LSU.
Yeah, Amos Morale from WWL Radio in New Orleans. Coach has said that, you signed up and joined the team without even visiting campus. What made you feel so confident to do that without even coming in, visiting Baton Rouge or taking a look?
Right, it was hard, but just talking to the coaches and the players, trying to see if there's a difference between Ndsu and here and the similarities between it, because I'm used to the family atmosphere type of vibe, and LSU really brought that to me when I was talking to them and explaining, and a lot of the players and coaches were explaining to me how it's very tight-knit and once a Tiger, always a Tiger type. So just having that leap of faith and choosing this and then coming here and really seeing it really helped.
Hey, Jabril. What would, how would you describe your game to those of us that haven't seen you, and what would you like to improve upon in your final year?
Right. I describe my game as finesse. I like to play out in the open, cover, use my speed to my advantage and my length. But in the improvement standpoint of it, I think I can improve on playing in the box more, showing that I can run through the A gap or B gap and take on blocks and shed them, and just show the strength and physicality that the SEC brings.
Hey, Jabril, Jacques Doucet here from WAFB TV in Baton Rouge. Good to be talking to you. Coach Ogeron is very excited about this 4-3 defense. He's been talking about going to 4-3 for a while. From what we hear, guys up front are getting pressure on the quarterback and everything. Just tell us what should we expect from this 4-3 defense, from the defensive linemen and from the linebackers?
Yeah, from this 4-3, it's a great scheme, especially with the play style and the athletes that we have. You can expect a lot of blitzing, a lot of moving around, a lot of different coverages to confuse the offenses. I know Coach Bo, he loves to bring pressure, and that's what we're trying to do this year is cause havoc to offenses.
Hey, Wilson Alexander from The Advocate. Kind of piggybacking off of that, how does that compare to what you guys did at North Dakota State? What sort of things have you had to learn and pick up and adjust to now that you're playing in this 4-3?
Yeah, it was a lot similar. At Ndsu, we also played a 4-3, and pressure was one of our main friends that we loved to bring, Coach Ndsu. He was heavy on defense, and just bringing the pressure and blitz is something that both these squads very much enforce.
Hey, Jabril, this is Shea Dixon again. I was curious if you said you like to play in space. Have you gotten a chance to cover Eric Gilbert yet? And you're an older guy. What's your impression of him as a kid who's an 18-year-old?
Yeah, I've lined up in the slot against him a couple times. He's a big target, fast as well. Just my impression first, right off the bat, is he has kind of a Megatron type of build. And just seeing him, you think he's going to try to run you over, but he also has the moves to also juke you and shake you on the route. So just seeing him, the ceiling for him is so high. If he continues to get better, he could be the best tight end to ever play college football. It's only up to him and his hard work. But Eric Gilbert, he's going to be a special one.
So we'll wrap up with Nick, Brooks, and Brody. So 3 more questions, and then we'll be done.
Hey, Jabril, what's been the biggest challenge for you adjusting from the FCS to the FBS level?
Yeah, I think the biggest challenge would be just to slow down and just not really have to have a whole bunch on my shoulders. 'Cause I know at the FCS level, I would always have to worry about them trying to double me or trying to go the opposite way of where I'm covering. But coming here, I know that there's a lot of athletes on the field, and they're not just going to pick on one person, so you got to win your one-on-one. So that'd be the biggest challenge that I have to just get used to.
I mean, you mentioned your game, talking about your speed and being, and then you covered Eric Gilbert, which I'm sure is you've given him his praise. I mean, what about this defense? It seems like the expectation is for you to cover more as a linebacker than maybe we've seen. I know you weren't on the defense last year, but how important is your role in covering in pass coverage, and what kind of receivers are you expected to look at?
Yeah, most of the time we're usually on the running backs or tight ends, but whenever it's 5 out wide, then we'll be on the slot. And the role is pretty big. We'll have help over the top sometimes, but a lot of the times you're by yourself, and just the people that we see in practice, Terrace, Eric, Kayshawn, Coy, and all of them, just seeing them in practice, knowing that you're going against the best, it'll help us prepare for the game time.
Obviously, you had Brody Miller from The Athletic, obviously you had the opportunity to, go to the NFL after last year, and I considered that. So when guys started opting out and whatnot in the last few weeks, did you consider that much?
Yeah, I never considered opting out. I know it's all in God's plan, and me coming here was a blessing as a whole. So opting out was never a decision for me. I just wanted to come here and just compete. If I would have opted out, I wouldn't have been able to get better at football. I'd have been taking the whole year off. So just staying and playing football is what I really wanted to do.
Awesome. Appreciate you, Jabril. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, guys.